Good evening, everybody. Welcome to episode 59, Convention Preparations. My name is Vice Admiral J.L. Galloway, your Fleet 31 commanding officer. Tonight I am joined by Rear Admiral Jenny Hay, our Deputy Fleet Commander and my co-host. And also tonight in the studio is Captain Scott Sterling, our Community Manager. Why did I say studio?
I don't know, because we're all in three different places, and isn't Scott vice captain?
I thought he was Vice Lieutenant.
Uh,
Oh, no, that's right. He is
no,
Vice Captain.
He is vice captain.
Yeah, I know, but he's not changing his title. Or Vice Commodore. We can go with that, too.
Yay, Addie's here. Welcome,
Have
Addie.
no fear, Addie's here. So Addie's looking for new employment since she was removed from her last assignment. Yeah, that's the story we're going with today.
Okay.
Addie says we have to. Do we have to?
I mean, I'm nice to Scott. We're not being mean. It's actually it's a inside joke if you watch the panel on San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, it is. And I will make sure to pass your message along to JAY, wherever you know.
Yeah, his mom was too lazy, decided to do a J.
She wasn't lazy.
I know,
my mother,
she wasn't.
For those who don't know, I was supposed to be named after my father, and we discovered a couple years later that they screwed up on my birth certificate, so they put the initial J, and my mom liked it, so it stayed. I was supposed to be Jose.
I can't see as a Jose.
I can see him as a Hose B, though.
I can see him as a Joe's instead of Jose.
It's all right, Addie. It's all right. I think she says that's actually pretty interesting, or that's actually pretty interesting, actually. But then she said sorry, Jay. I think the sorry, Jay, was for the comment Scott made. Why did Scott freeze?
Uh-oh. And that's a horrible position that he's frozen in.
It makes me want to freeze.
Screenshot it.
Yes.
Oh, babe. You look so great. It has like an evil. Oh, he moved it.
No, it's back again. He looks like a Denobulan like that.
He does. Oh, wow. He's like jumping around now.
Who, me?
Yeah.
You?
Oh.
Yeah, you were frozen. You're like...
Oh.
Yeah, I think I took a screenshot of it. I'll share it with you in our private group.
Okay. I'll look at it later.
Oh, come on. Anyways,
guys, we have 10 viewers. Holy cow.
Yeah, I don't know what
welcome
that's
to
from.
New people. If people have not been to us, welcome.
Yeah, I know.
We come from another convention. Welcome. We usually spend the first 30-ish minutes just randomly talking.
We do.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes it's an hour.
So most of the time,
it's the whole show.
Well, it depends on, is this Chase's timeline or ours? Because Chase's, is an hour and 45 minutes in. And then we start talking.
Yeah, Chase says we can't talk about Star Trek until, an hour into the show?
Yeah.
And we always
can't do that nowadays with my job. We have to end at 10 o'clock most days now. Central.
Sammy can't stay on tonight all night either, unfortunately. She has to get up and go to work at 4 a.m. and get double pay. Lucky.
Nice.
I would go in at 4 a.m. for double pay.
Uh-huh. Me too.
Sammy, I want your job.
I don't know. Getting at work at 4 a.m. constantly might be a little annoying, but yeah.
Oh, it's not constantly. It's just this one time.
Yeah.
And because of the fact that she has to go in early, she gets double pay the whole day.
I mean, it's like working on holidays. Most places give you holiday pay of some sort.
And Addie, how are you feeling today? Not to change the topic away, but I'm looking at the chat. Because I remember she was recovering, wasn't she?
Mm-hmm.
We haven't heard from her in a little while.
I talk to her occasionally.
Yeah, I have too.
The only time she talks to me is when she's picking on me on Facebook or off air.
Well, I mean, that's to be expected.
That's Addie for you.
Oh, okay. So for those who don't know, I always pick on Sammy saying that she has like 500 days of vacation a year.
I'm jealous.
Well, this girl has like 320 hours, I think, or something like that. So she has a lot.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, so Addie, I'm sorry to hear that you're still struggling, but hey, hopefully every day gets better for you.
Okay, Addie.
Addie, you do realize nobody right here, of the three of us, believe that, right?
Hey,
If
she
you-
yelled at me. She texted me and yelled at me the other night. So, actually, last night. Was it last night? Or was it Monday night? No, it was last night.
You know what would happen if she wasn't picking on me, right? I'd be like, Addie, is everything okay? Are we still friends? Is everything all right? Hey, look, Sammy, I got something right. Woo! She has 320 hours a year
No, I was laughing at what Addie said.
because
This is
you came
facts.
and left without.
This is true.
Yep.
I was looking for somebody. So, I popped in, didn't see that person, and left.
Wait. The thing that confuses me here is people use TeamSpeak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's still
I know.
people that use it.
I know people use Skype for like business, but TeamSpeak?
Yeah, one of our friends won't move to Discord. He loves TeamSpeak for some odd reason.
Okay. Sammy's impressed with me. That's gonna be short-lived though.
Oh, we lost 2 people.
I bet you they're both Sammy.
Well, I guess we should minus 3 people because I'm pretty sure all 3 of us are watching stream too.
I'm not watching on Facebook or YouTube.
Oh, no?
I am,
Okay.
but that's because I
Oh.
have.
I mean, I had Twitch.
I've been following Twitch too. Twitch is just so much easier to deal with and to work with, even though it won't record all of our episodes. Unless we get up to affiliate status, so we need your help to get there, guys. Right? Right, Scott? If I remember
Yep.
correctly?
Right, yes.
And look at that. You can follow us at Twitch at twitch.tv/F31C. Hey.
And that's from just about all of our social medias that we have.
Mhm.
So that's YouTube,
F31C.
Facebook, and Twitch is F31 Seat.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, she moved.
Next thing you know, she'll jump to YouTube and then back to Twitch.
Or maybe
I
she's
don't know
on
what
all
her
three.
YouTube username is, so. Oh, she's 2-timing us. I see.
Well, fine. If you're going to be that way, jeez.
Oh my gosh. Wow, we have 11 people. I wonder who the 11th person is.
I would have no idea.
Oh, well, even 5 and 5. 5 people on Facebook and 5 people on Twitch.
Oh,
Makes me happy.
yeah, make me happy too. Let's see. So the center seat, there it is. I'm going onto Facebook to bring it up. I am now interacting as the
Oh,
center seat.
hey, look who popped in.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Which one?
Mallet. He said his name, and I always
Malamai.
say it wrong. No, it's not Malamai. We think, yeah, Malamai, not
Oh.
Malamai.
It's a good
I
question.
can
I don't really
see
know.
you guys barely or blurry, or are we blurry?
I'm not sure.
Not that I can see.
I don't see anything.
Okay,
Or does he want invite to join us?
I'm not sure. You can join us if you want to.
Yeah.
Let us know. Tell us. Ooh, 13 people. I think this is the most we had in a long time.
Well, I'm watching on Facebook now too.
Oh.
I'm skewing our numbers. Trying to figure out how to bring up the chat again. Come on.
Yes, we know your name is Michael Malamai.
Yeah. There we go.
I'm really confused. Should I send? I'll send him an invite. Why not?
You need to encourage.
I can see you, but I'm not on for some reason. Oh, you're just watching the stream. You want to be on with us? I can send you a
think
link. Un momento, por favor. That's a little Spanish I know.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I did not want to
He's
send it
Filipino,
to
I believe.
Chase. Where
Oh,
is
why
he?
not? Send it to Chase. Chase can join us too.
He's probably busy with his little one.
You like my comment? Hey, Michael, you need to encourage Michael Comerican at Mike Tripp to be here. We need the Michaels.
Well, to get my dad to come join us too.
That's right. Your dad's name's Michael too.
It's
So we
just
need
like
more
at work.
Jennies and more.
I was at work. I sit around 4 Daves, so you kind of can't call him Dave because I'll answer.
My friend Sarah, her church, they have to go. There's so many Sarahs that she's Sarah number 4.
Actually, my wife's family does that too with her uncle Stephen 2, and number 3. Yeah, the newest one is the fiance. Yeah, fiance, but he'll be part of the family soon enough.
Did he just?
Did who this? What?
Michael Malamai just resent me the copy link that I sent him.
And maybe he wants to make sure you're in here tonight.
I sent him the link to join us, and he sends it back to me.
Hey, that works.
I mean, yeah. Maybe he meant to hit. Maybe he was copying and pasting, and he thought he was in the address bar, and then realized he was in ours.
Could be.
I don't know.
Oh, look, now we're up to 12 people. Wow,
Yeah,
Facebook has one extra person than Twitch does, which
I
surprises me.
know.
Chase!
Chase, were your ears burning? Because we were literally was just talking about you.
So, for those who don't know who Chase is,
Oh yes, you
where
got
have
it.
you been? 2, Chase is one of the main hosts at These Are the Voyages podcast.
He is the main host.
Oh yeah. So he has a Chase is the main host, and he has a co-host also.
There you go. What?
That's what I meant to say.
Why are you giving out the link to everybody, Michael?
Is he really?
Yeah, he just
Nope.
posted in the whole chat.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
I'm really confused what's going on.
I don't know. Hey, Addie, if you want to come on the show and take over, here are the keys. Jen, I need my Admiral Phipps. Addie's taking over. Michael's here.
Oh.
Oh, there he is.
You want Adam, or do you want me to?
There he is.
Got the COVID beard here.
Ooh.
Look at that beard.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't know you had a beard.
Hello,
Yeah.
Santa.
Yeah,
Hey, don't
That
call
is
him
an
Santa.
epic beard.
No,
That is an epic
Santa
beard.
has an epic beard.
Hmm?
He could play Santa at Christmas time.
I think I look like a Tellarite.
Yeah.
There you go. Just call me Gav.
Yeah, there you go. My ears are on fire, apparently. What did I miss? Nothing much, just usual antics. Addie patronizing Jenny, telling me that I'm fired. You know, the same old, same old. And Scott's just sitting back laughing.
Mhm. I'm loving it. Chase's comment.
What's that?
It's true. Chase's comment that beard will bring glory to the Klingon Empire.
There it is.
I think my next convention I'm going to go as a Tellarite.
Are you not going this year?
No. Mm.
Yeah, so how's that gonna? Because didn't you guys win tickets last year and then they pushed it out to this year? Are they gonna
No,
honor it
I
for next year?
haven't even asked Angie about it. I didn't plan on going the
Okay.
year before anyway, so I just
Mhm.
said go ahead and give them to somebody else.
Oh, okay.
And so she gave them to whomever. I don't even know who got them after I
Okay.
turned back in.
Okay.
Oh,
After I turned back in, but
well, that was nice.
we
of you.
weren't
You
thinking
didn't
about
have to.
when this year anyway. It's just
Uh-oh.
I could have kept them. Then I would have been. I wasn't going to use them, so I wouldn't. We didn't have money saved up. We didn't have things planned out to go. So it just, for me, it was just not the right time to go. And just like this year, it's just a little too soon. COVID spiking again. I think it's mostly the Delta variant that's starting to kick around. And so everyone has
there.
Yeah, everyone has the previous vaccination, so that's not going to help the Delta, So that's the one.
Yeah, and Croatia won't give us money back.
Oh, what a surprise!
Mm-hmm.
Hey, they're from Frankie.
Because Scott and I decided because they won't give it back. So should I tell them what I discussed, Scott? what you think about doing? Because they won't give the money back to us.
Oh,
is that okay?
Raffling it away.
I can. I said we should do a chargeback on the card. Say we didn't charge that money.
The only concern with that is, you could do that, definitely. But the only concern is that you won't be able to use that card again.
Right. That's why. But, that $600 something. By
the way, Scott, I don't have room for taquitos tonight. Feel free to give them away. What was sad? I would have traded you those taquitos for Reese's with peanut butter cups.
I'm surprised Chase gets to eat with the little one.
That's probably why he's giving them away, because he's tired of not being able to eat them.
Guys.
So one thing you will understand when you have children, I know Michael can contest to this too, is you think you can eat, but no. Your kids are like, ooh, food. I like this.
No.
Puppy eyes. And your food's better than their food, always. Even though it's the exact same food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wrong.
My son's telling me wrong.
Yeah, Chase, we probably want to do it. It was just a thought because we get a lot of those at work. People are chargebacking. We'll probably end up going because that's $600 that we don't know what to do. Like the flights, we booked Southwest specifically because you can change your flight with no fee. And if you want to cancel, you just get a credit on Southwest. And I was like, fine, that'd be perfect. We can use that credit towards the cruise.
So what I would suggest to people is, especially if the pandemic's going to next year, don't book your convention tickets until you're 100% certain you're going.
Well, we were until all of a sudden this variant got really bad. It was fine when we bought our tickets, 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
I will say with the one exception, like on the big anniversary dates, like for the 50th anniversary, what's the next big one coming up? I think TNG's doing 40? 45? Yeah, I think TNG's 50th will probably be a big one.
Yeah.
And then of course the 75th will be a big one. Those kind of dates you might want to book your tickets early to wherever you plan on going is, because those usually sell out. But most of the other years, the non-anniversary years, you can wait until literally the last week to purchase your tickets. Otherwise, if things happen or plans change, nice Scott, and plans change, for Scott and Jenny, they're going to be stuck with having to go or not go, and then have to swallow the fact that that you're paying X amount of money to do that.
It's mixed feelings because I think because of this reason, I think when we get back to normal, I want to say normal, okay? Normal, guys. Yeah. When we get back to normal, you can buy your tickets in advance because you won't have too much issue. You don't want to wait too long because sometimes they might sell out. Now, 99% of the time, they're never going to sell out. There are money-hungry people, and they will sell tickets till the cows come home. But
you know what I wish they would do? I wish they'd do what the cruise line does. If you sell out the tickets, fine, sell out the tickets. But if somebody's willing to buy the ticket off you, charge them a transfer fee and just transfer the tickets. So the next person in line. Create a wish list.
Because I do like how Croatian does only sell amount of tickets as many seats in the main studio, in the main ballroom.
And that's fine.
I like that concept. But some cons, but some cons don't do that. They keep selling tickets and if you want to go into the main stage area, you're standing in the back.
Well, that's the whole idea, right? Is that
Mm-hmm.
they realize that not everybody's going to go to every single convention show. Because
Yeah.
I'll admit it. After going to a couple of conventions, the only reason I'd go into the main hall is just to sit down and rest my feet for a little bit before I got up and went and did something else again.
And it really depends on, what guys are going to talk about conventions and tips and tricks that we have learned. That's what this podcast today is going to be about. And I'm going to say is for Star Trek particularly, once you see a celeb, you don't need to see them again. Because the celeb was saying the same stinking stories over and over and over again. So once you see Shatner, you don't need to see him again. That's the prime time. I'm sorry, it's true.
Don't worry, he'll tell you everything that he's involved in.
Yeah.
Well, what Michael's talking
don't
about.
make eye contact with him. That's all. Just don't make eye contact with him.
So what we're talking about is the Shatner experience. I would recommend watch it one time, or if you feel like your time could be better spent, just watch him on YouTube. But the Shatner experience in person is he fills out the room, right? So he's a very popular actor.
Yeah.
But he'll go in there, he'll give you this big speech for about 40, 45 minutes talking about his life, and then he'll go and answer a question, and then the question should take, about 10, 20 seconds at most?
Yeah.
He answers in 5 seconds, and then he spends the next 2 minutes or a couple, 3 or 4 extra, talking about his current project that he's working on. Then he'll take another question and repeat the process all over again.
And he'll talk about his divorce and about horse semen a lot too.
Yeah.
So, but I was going to say is, once you start to understand, once you see the celeb once, you don't need them again. And if it's popular celebs, that is the best time to go shopping. It's when everybody is in the panel for Shatner. That's when you go into the vendor's hall. Or that's when you go stand in line for, like Creation. They have special side events.
Food.
Eat. Or go to the museum. Or go to something else. And we're not trying not to completely do Creation, but other conventions, that's when you go meet up your friends. Or you do something else while everybody's in the panel. Best time to go shopping and eat.
Usually the panels I like going to are the ones that are currently out there, like the shows that are currently out there, like Lower Decks, Star Trek Picard, because they give you little tidbits of information. They throw little nuggets out there to you.
And they're new, so you won't hear the same story over again.
But I will say, though, one person I definitely also recommend seeing is Marina Sirtis. And I like what she says, and I would definitely hey, look at that. Marina Sirtis, she's very honest with you, and she'll tell you straight up from the beginning of their, when you go out there and you listen to her and Michael Dorn or her and Johnny Franks or any of those guys, right? She will tell you right from the beginning, there's a few questions you should never ask us. One, what did we think of, actor so-and-so? Because we're always going to tell you the same thing. They were great. They were the best person to work with. It's a dumb question. Don't ask it. That's one thing I love about her is the fact that she will be honest with you.
Matt, this is totally... Should I talk about the story? Was it the 50th anniversary? About her son? Do you remember James T. Patrick or whatever his name was?
James Tiberius Patrick Kirk or something like that.
So
go for it.
I think this is 50th. This lady had a son, and her son was named like James Tiberius Patrick Kirk or something mixed like that.
Yeah.
And Matt knows what I'm talking about. Sorry. And I swear, every single panel, so I think she waits at the microphone to be the first person in line. She introduces the person and said, this is my son. And I guess her son, I think he has some type of autism or something like that, which is fine. Okay, cool. But she did it every single panel.
Wow.
She was the first one in line and introduced her son with the name and asked the most stupid, I can't remember the questions were, but they were, oh yeah. And apparently they were at the 51st too. It was horrible. So, guys, if you're going to do questions, A, have the question ready to go. Don't make it two-parters. Quick and simple.
One person.
One person.
Don't ask the whole entire room to give an answer if you're going to a group panel.
Mm-hmm. Don't ask.
It's not fair to everybody behind you.
Yeah. Don't ask how they like to work with somebody. Don't ask.
Or do you remember it? Do you remember back then? Because those guys have been on that show for 30 years.
Yeah, don't ask how is it like to work with somebody. Don't ask, do you remember this? Don't go in detail about some episode because these people don't remember a lot of these episodes.
I don't remember what I had for breakfast this morning. So
right,
unless
you're gonna ask them if they remember an episode 25 years ago. They're not.
Or you could, if you are going to do that, make it quick, make it to the point, and say how that particular episode impacted you as a person. If you're looking for a praise, sometimes it'll be nice, and they'll be like, "Oh, I'm so glad to hear that touched you on a personal level." Thank you.
Don't give us
that's okay.
Don't give me a life story about your mom's childhood best friend's daughter's kid.
It to the point, and
Yes, please.
Remember, other people are behind you. They want to get their questions asked.
Mm-hmm.
It's also not fair. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I was sorry to interrupt. I'm gonna say, like Jonathan Frakes and Brent Spiner, don't be offended if they change your question or to make it funny. They're doing that on purpose.
Yeah.
And
so
yeah, that's a big tip, pro tip. I was going to stop at the very beginning, but we went into that. So
yeah.
Big pro tip.
It's the biggest thing that you do when you want to go to convention. Why are you going there? You want to meet the stars.
The stars, yeah.
The first thing I can tell you guys is, unless you're going to go to the vendor's room and unless you're paying for an autograph, or there are some people, Matt was talking about it in the chat here a minute ago, there are some vendors who will meet with you that you technically don't have to pay them, but it's, like Garrett Wong, for example. But there are other vendor people that are in there exclusively for like autographs, and they'll talk to you for a few minutes, but respect their time.
Yes.
Because they're obligated to be there a certain amount of time. They want to try to get as many signatures as they can. They want to meet as many people as they can. So unless you have somebody like Garrett Wong who's going to be there all 5 days and can have time for you, other people are there only for a few hours or a couple hours, and then they just then they take off and they leave. So that's the other thing. Go ahead, what?
It's okay to tell them that Threshold was the most groundbreaking episode. I tried to change my life.
Well, here's the thing about Threshold. Everybody knows about Threshold, including the actors. Okay, they're the first one. They are the first ones to joke around with you about how bad that episode is. And then Kate Mulgrew and Bobby McNeil Duncan will tell you that somewhere around there they have space lizards and just. In the galaxy.
Listen to the podcast, the Delta Flyers podcast. They did Threshold. They did a really good job on it. So
did they?
If you want their actual opinions of the episode, that's the one you should listen to.
Okay, I'll have to go back and listen to that one.
But yes, I mean, Chase, if that was your groundbreaking episode, I want to know why and how it changed your life.
It's probably not going to be as it's probably going to be like, it mortified me. I could never sleep again after that.
I don't like lizards anymore. Lizards scare me.
I used to have a pet iguana.
Oh my gosh, you should get 2 pet iguanas and call them Janeway and Paris.
I can see that happening.
Yeah, you should.
That'd be hilarious.
I don't know, Mike. What advice would you give to like the person that might be going for the first time, or If
we're talking Las Vegas,
well,
or conventions in general, but you can start with Vegas.
Vegas is the one that really that I go to because it's it's one of the biggest ones. But if you're going to go to Vegas and you've never been to Vegas, start drinking water the week before. Because you can't go from like Seattle or Florida to Las Vegas and not be dehydrated.
That's in general. You should do that.
We found that out after the first week, and my wife got her contact lenses stuck in her eyes.
Oh,
Oh,
They were stuck in her eyes. They would not. She couldn't get them out.
Oh,
They were glued to her eyes. So she was freaking out. So we're taking water, and I said, "Honey, you're just dehydrating it, and you
Yeah.
just got to keep pouring that water, and eventually it'll be hydrated enough so it'll come out." But she was totally
Yeah.
freaked out. And then I felt like I had a hangover too because we hadn't been drinking water. We moved. We got from Seattle to Vegas,
Mhm.
and it just stomped us.
mm-hmm.
So then the next year we were drinking water the week before. So by the time we got there, we were acclimated to the weather. Hide in the shade.
It's 104 degrees according to Matt right now in Vegas. So
Yeah.
for those who are going,
Yeah.
it's going to get hotter.
Yeah, if you are gonna go.
Pro tip about water: if your convention is at a hotel, most of the hotels will have water buckets or water pitchers in the convention hall itself that you can go fill up your water bottle up or get a glass of cup or something. But if it's at a convention hall, like Asheville Convention area, sometimes they won't have water there. So do your research, find out where the convention is at. If it's at a hotel, most of them will have water because it's usually included with the pricing of the ballrooms.
So
Vegas does have water, so
expected to be 115 that week that you guys are supposed to be going.
that's when we stay inside 9% of the time.
Yeah.
And the only time we actually go outside is to go across the Gold Coast. That's the only
Now,
time.
one thing I'll say is,
and that's in the evening, so it's a little bit cooler.
Chase would also recommend, and I strongly agree with this,
Shower.
wear
too.
and reapply deodorant as much as possible every couple hours.
Also shower, please. Please
Well,
shower.
That's in the morning or at night.
But some people don't shower in general, so
Yeah. Like deodorant, come on guys, it's not that much. No, but as far as we can talk about Vegas because we've all been to Vegas. So
Mhm.
Yep.
I know that Michael's been to a few other conventions and Jenny's been to a few other conventions and Scott has.
Mhm.
I honestly haven't been. Vegas has been my only one. I want to go to Emerald City Comic Con and
Yes, that's what.
that's what I want to go to. That's one I
But-
want to go to.
Comic Con
in the
has
future.
gotten extremely packed.
I don't want to do San Diego Comic Con. It's too
well, I mean
commercialized.
Rose City Comic Con. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you're
Rose
talking
City,
about Emerald. Yeah.
Yeah. The one that we have here in Oregon. And then Emerald City Comic Con's another one I wouldn't mind going to.
That's what I'm gonna go to.
But no, as far as like conventions, what's the best thing I could say is, as far as conventions and going to see Star Trek, just remember, I know I was going with this early and we kind of got sidetracked, is you're not going to be able to see the actors or the actresses as much as you want to. You will get to hear some of the stories. If that's important to you, definitely go, sit down, listen to the experience. Sometimes, depending if they're on more than one show, you can, we have so many Star Trek shows out there now that hopefully the panels will start becoming more diverse and not feel like a rotation circle.
Mhm.
For those of us who've been going to conventions for years, it's the same people saying.
And if you go to different convention, they still say the same stories.
Yeah.
Just FYI.
And I don't mean to be mean about that. It's just like I said, knowing that going into it. That's what I'm telling you. It's like, because when you're in Vegas, there's two ways you can go about it. One, without a plan, and you'll possibly miss half of the things that you wanted to do. Two, create yourself a list of things you want to accomplish when you're there.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the schedule comes out, look at it and say, oh, well, I can do these things on this date, these things on this date. And the other thing I would also strongly recommend is build in time to relax and sit down. Even if you have to go back to your hotel room, even if you just sit down and have lunch for an hour or so, just build in time to relax.
Please plan to
Unwind.
sleep. Please plan out a sleeping schedule. Try to at least get 5 hours of sleep, because if you don't get sleep, that's how you're going to get con crud.
Mm-hmm.
And con crud is just for all around being sick. And a lot of people get it because they don't get enough. They don't eat enough and they don't sleep enough.
Well, the thing, I can't speak to the other conventions, but the thing about the Star Trek convention is every night's a party night.
Right.
Every night. It's either going to be in Quarks. Well, I don't know if they're going to call it Quarks anymore. It's either going to be in Quarks, and then from Quarks, it's going to go to the Masquerade Bar. From there, it'll go into somebody's hotel room.
Yep.
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 It'll be somebody's suite, and there'll be about
Yeah.
80, 90 people there.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like a big dorm party.
Hmm.
That's what it
So
reminds me of. Dorm
Pick and
party.
choose what you want to do, and please try to plan out food.
And wear comfy shoes too, because you're gonna be standing
Yes,
and
comfy
walking a lot.
shoes. It's a con. You're going to be standing in lines for you don't know what, but you're still standing on line because it's a line.
Yeah, there'll be lines for everything, really.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Matt does an awesome job here. This is very true. Scott and I do this. We make a grocery list and have it delivered to the hotel.
You guys
You don't have
are
a
better
car?
than you guys are better than I am. I just rent a car and go get it myself.
Well, we don't want to,
Again, that all comes back. Speaking of renting a car, it all goes back to what you want to do when you're
Mhm.
there.
Hmm.
If you go to the nice thing about the Trek convention or the Vegas convention is your hotel, the convention floor, are usually in the same area.
Mm-hmm.
Because of that, you can easily plan. But other conventions, you might need to rent a car, or
Yeah.
you have to look at the transportation system, or that could also mean taxi or Lyft or Uber, and figure out how much it's going to cost you. For me, when I go to Vegas, the reason I get a car is I like going to the convention, don't get me wrong, but I also want to know what else can I do because it's also my vacation time. So I want to plan other things.
Yeah.
Michael can contest this.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Get there a couple days early and stay a couple days late, so that you can do things with yourself and with your family. Because if you just go 5 days, it's not going to be nothing but convention,
Yeah.
for 5 days. So get there a couple days early, and then you can relax, do what you want to do, go to the pool, go down to the racetrack, whatever you want to do. But
Harley,
build
Scott,
that into your itinerary.
Scott and I have really learned that any convention we're going to, we always stay an extra day after the convention. One, because if you check it out on Sunday, now you got to get up and get checked out before checkout time, and what are you gonna do with your luggage while you're at the convention? And then right after you go, you have to hurry up and get to the airport and leave. If you stay an extra day, you can have more time to pack up the night before, and but Scott and I sometimes stay an extra day, and we don't leave out to it ends on Sunday. We leave out to Tuesday because we take that day to sleep and relax.
Yeah, so rental cars are expensive, yes, Matt, but
Mhm.
sometimes you just have to justify the cost of the spend because an Uber ride or a taxi ride in Vegas can cost you between $30 to $60 depending where you're going.
And
Mhm.
find out who's going friend wise.
'Cause-
Find some people who are going together and share a rental car.
Because just like even just going from the Rio, I think over to Harrah's was almost $20, and that is, and for those who don't know, that's super close.
Mhm.
That's less than a mile away, and then they're super expensive. So for me, like I said, it all depends on what you're going to do and how much you're going to spend. But Chase had some good ideas of what places you can go: Mount Charleston, Red Rock Canyon.
Red Rock,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have. Yep. I've been to both of those places. We'll go back to it.
So
Yeah.
Chase is LV local.
No,
No,
he
it's-
said his mom used to be a concierge
Mhm.
at MGM's Grand.
Yeah.
So he's done both of those.
Okay.
Chase lives. He's local to me. He's in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Yeah,
Is
I've
he
seen him
gonna
online.
visit?
I didn't know where he was located. Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah, look
is he
at
gonna come
Tonix
visit
or
us
Matt is local.
when we come down there in February?
Do what?
Talking to the Fleet 31 podcast on.
Hi, Karen.
Hi, Karen.
She's like, honey, what are you doing? Are you talking to yourself? Are you okay?
I talked to.
She's
Hey,
used to
just-
that. I do this all the time. What are you doing? Talking to myself, hon.
You know what they say? It's okay. It's okay to talk to yourself. It's not okay when they exclude you from the conversation in your mind.
I'm not going
Mhm.
to talk to me.
I'm not going to talk to you. No, I forgot what comedian said that, but he's like, it's okay if you're talking to yourself. It's
Just
okay if
argue with
you hear
yourself.
voices in your head. It's not okay when the voices in your head exclude you from the conversation.
That sounds like Stephen Wright.
Yeah.
It probably was actually.
Chase, I don't know, Chase. Are you gonna come see us in February when they come down? Well, either Sunday or Tuesday, or I don't know
Well,
what
he
day you
has
have
to.
set yet.
It was his idea for the thing that we were talking about wanting to
Oh,
do
it
for
was my idea
charity.
for the charity event.
No, he had the idea too for something for charity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then he mentioned it, and then you actually picked the one that we were wanting to do.
I
I
just
don't know.
wish
Are we
Robert
ready to
could
talk
join
about that,
us.
or do you want to talk about that later?
We don't have any more details yet.
Well, we do have a kind of an idea of what we want to donate to.
Yeah.
Hey, I got
So,
a
guys,
question.
when we finalize that, go ahead.
Got a question for you guys.
Hmm?
We gonna have a Fleet 31 Texas meetup thing?
We should.
We should.
We should do that in February.
Just curious
We
because
could.
I have no idea where we're gonna end up. Because right now we're looking for place to move, so we're
Come to
looking all over the
Texas.
place. Oregon.
Texas.
Oregon.
I've heard Oregon. I've heard Texas.
Because
I
Karen
can't
and
handle the heat. I just can't handle the heat. I'm a
See,
wimp when
Karen
it comes to heat.
Karen and my
That's
mother
why-
Regina.
That's why you know people say, "Oh, you should live in Vegas." Nuh-uh.
Mm-mm.
It's
No.
too hot. It's just too hot.
No.
And when
I mean,
it was
yes,
up
it's-
here, when it was like 100 degrees here, it was unbearable.
It was.
Just a few weeks ago, a couple weeks ago.
He's in Washington, Chase.
Yeah.
Oregon's a nice place. You have a little of everything. And you're not that far away from Washington.
We're looking. We got some callbacks. We're trying to
Just
figure out things
stay
out.
away from Portland.
Yeah.
Suburbs
Portland's-
are better.
Well, yeah, that's it too. We want to be near a big city, but not in a big city.
The city.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a great place to stay cool but not like cold would be like the middle of the U.S.
Yeah.
Something like
Well,
that.
We've looked in places like Colorado,
Oh, there you go.
Montana, and then New England, up in New England
Okay,
way,
yeah.
Atlantic coast. You know.
My only concern with Montana is it seems like a lot of people are flooding to Montana.
Yeah.
Just wondering how much, kind of like what happened to Oregon in the 90s.
Yeah.
They're getting a lot of Californians up here.
We're getting a lot of Californians. What are you talking about?
No, because I don't want to go into politics, but we used to be a red state, and then a bunch of Californians came up here. Then we changed political sides.
Mhm.
Then we learned we forgot how to drive our vehicles.
But anyways, back to the convention.
Oh, and then they all moved up to Seattle, right?
Yeah, and then we kicked them up to Seattle.
Yeah. I know those
Wait.
people. Yeah.
I would love to do a Fleet 31
Yeah.
meetup in Texas.
We should.
We should. I bet you
should.
my
Mhm.
hotel would give us a really good discount.
Mhm. Yeah, see what you can do. Because like I said, I don't know where we're going to end up, but we definitely got to get out of Seattle, out of Washington. This is not the place to retire.
Well, it's like when it's on the top 10 of most expensive states, isn't it? Because I
Yeah.
know
Mhm.
not too far behind Oregon.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
It's-
Get out of
It's
there.
up there with New York and Alaska as far as cost of living goes. It's insane.
Whew. No, thank you.
All right, what's the
Night, Chase.
Night, Chase.
Oh.
Good night, Chase.
We all fight over that.
Anyways, back to the convention.
Mhm.
So,
But it's not been an hour, and Chase says we can't talk about Trek for an
yes,
hour.
we can, because I have to go to bed in 45 minutes, mister.
Okay.
Okay, bring plenty of snacks, your favorite Scooby snacks that you like.
So,
That's a big
okay.
one.
Yeah, bring, so if you're driving, bring food with you. Because, you know, some people do drive conventions. I drive to conventions often.
I've done that to Vegas.
Yeah. We haven't done it for Vegas. I want to do Vegas one year, but
It's
anyways, that's a different story.
It's beautiful.
Also, do the grocery or find out if the hotel, like Vegas, there is a people who have cars there, and they do trips to Walmart for you or trips to the grocery store. Find out on Facebook. The 9% of conventions have a Facebook page. Post it on the page. Ask, hey, is anyone going to the grocery store? Can I, ride along? Or are we flying in? Ask. So-
Apparently he won't.
Well, Matt, you're picking us up, right? You're not gonna. Don't worry. We don't need to take the trip to the grocery store.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like about Vegas is the wind goes clear across the other side of Vegas.
Also, okay. So here's a trick, and I haven't tried this, but I thought this was a really cool trick. So
Yes.
bring food, pack sandwiches if you can. Some hotels will let you bring in your own food.
Mhm.
But I saw this on TikTok where somebody bought baby wipes because they were going somewhere where they wouldn't allow outside food. So she bought baby wipes. She took the wipes out of the thing and she stuffed her snacks in the baby wipes and closed the lid. I was like, that's genius. Because they see baby wipes, they're not going to think there's food in those.
Except everything will taste like baby wipes.
Well, you clean it out, but you know.
No.
No, but it'd be prepackaged. It's like buy prepackaged stuff.
Yummy. And you'd be tasting alcohol for the next 3 days.
Just do what I do. Go to Kroger, drive down to Kroger, go there, and then pick your top drawer, dump all your snacks in there. And
Yeah, but I'm talking about when you're in the convention. Some places do bag checks.
True.
Yes, this is true. Raider doesn't really care.
Gold Coast will actually allow you to bring an electric tea kettle. At least they used to when I was there.
Just bring it,
Right.
just hide it before, or don't let housekeeping come in. You
Oh,
not hear
just
that from
unplug
somebody
it.
who works hotels. I did not just say that. But also be cautious if you are going to bring, like a tea kettle, or a lot of people bring coffee pots because Vegas doesn't have coffee machines in the rooms.
That's why I
Be
brought the tea kettle.
cautious. Yeah, be cautious of what you plug into rooms because some hotels are not designed for a lot of power into those plugs, so you could trip.
Well,
The
Gold
power.
Coast does have coffee, but it's like what? About that big, Michael?
Yeah, they're like little carrying
You're
packages.
like, what? No. Electric tea kettle. I'll bring my own, mix it up, and drink it.
Actually, unless it changed from 2 years ago, they can't go into your room but every 3 days, and they will leave a note on your door. Because Scott and I, we don't allow housekeeping when we're staying there. We know how to keep ourselves clean. But
really?
they will leave a note on the door saying, "This date, tomorrow we're going to walk into your room." And so
I
then
always
that's
let-
when you know.
I always let them in.
It
If I'm
people's
missing a snack,
preferences.
I don't care.
No,
Somebody
just
ate it.
preferences. Well, we don't really care. We don't need fresh towels every day, especially right now because there's a towel shortage in hospitality world. I don't need fresh towels right now. So,
Yeah, I do.
well, if it's random, just hide the stuff before you leave out each day.
Put it all in
Or
the safe.
Well, what was it?
the
that one
tiny
year
ass.
we were actually in our room when they came and checked on us.
Yeah, they did.
We were almost about to switch cosplays, and they knocked on the door and we let them in.
Yeah, I think I was
Let them do
like
their thing.
halfway getting undressed, and they're like, "Hold on, wait a minute,"
Mhm.
and they understood. It's like we heard them talking.
Oh, just
That's
go
all
out there
because-
naked. That'll be the last time they do that.
Well,
Hi, how
you
you
guys,
doing? Hi.
you know why they have to do this now, right?
Why?
Because of the guy who shot up Mandalay Bay.
Oh.
No one went into his room. In Texas, by law, every 3 days we have to go in your room to make sure you're not dead.
But why 3 days?
That's the law. Every 3 days, we have to be, if we don't see you physically come in and out of your room, we have to go in every 3 days to make sure there's nothing wrong in the room.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm trying to find.
The guys,
this
the other thing I
thing-
would recommend with hotel rooms is depending on what you want to do, like if you're going to do cosplaying, you definitely want to stay at the Rio. If you don't mind saving a few bucks, you can stay across the street at the Gold Coast. But I would not recommend staying at an outside hotel chain unless you're, one, willing to travel. Two, if you don't have a rental car, then you're going to have to pay for that, so it's going to be more expensive. It's just so much more convenient when you're either at the Gold Coast, for Vegas, for example, or if you're at the Rio itself. And I think that's only true for this year, right? Because it's moving to Bally's next year.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but please, as somebody who works in hotels, if you go into a convention that is not connected to a hotel,
Mhm.
do not use a third-party website. If I find out anybody uses a third-party website, I will come after you. Okay?
Why don't you tell them why you don't use a third-party website? I know the answer
So,
to this question,
I was just
but
there's
about to
many
say.
reasons why.
It's a
First off,
boundary.
9% of the time you pay more than what you think. You pay more for the room than if you just called up the hotel itself. Because you got to remember, the hotel's got to pay their fee to Expedia, and you get to pay the hotel.
Yeah.
Another main reason is, let's say you book through third party, right? You book through Expedia, and let's say you get to your room, and there's something wrong with your room, and that's the only room left. They're sold out. We can't do anything about it. We can't move you rooms. We can't move you to another hotel. We can't give you a discount, and we cannot give you points because it's third party.
So that means you'll be getting the third-party points from their website
Mhm.
if you were to get any points.
And you will have to
Get
call
any
them.
complaints, yeah. That's
Then,
what-
if you need to change hotels for any reason because of an issue, you have to call them to get them to change you to another hotel. Or
And if you want to reverse on your credit, it's gonna or revert or charge back.
Mhm.
Realize most of them take like what is it, 72 hours up to 96 at some places.
and those
Yeah.
third parties, you're prepaying, but when you get to the hotel, you still have to put a credit card down for incidentals.
So I brought up the website for Creation Entertainment. This year it is at the Rio. And like I said, I believe next year they were kind of already talking about it
Mhm.
in like some of the other groups that it's going to be at Bally's. But like it's 13 days away.
We lost Mike.
Yeah, we
Oh.
did.
If
Then
he
get
comes
froze
back,
on him.
comes back, then re-invite him. But so what this shows you here is like where it's at, where it's located. So the Rio Suite Hotel. So for people going in for the first time, you definitely want to find the website.
Mhm.
Well, usually a Google search in the place that you're wanting to go, or the name of the company that's hosting it. Or you can always ask people too. Hey, where's the next cool convention? Somebody will tell you.
Upcomingcons.com is a great place that tells you cons coming up in your local area.
One thing I do like about this new website, I don't, as much as I love these actors, I don't want to see them in their prime pictures. I'd rather see what they look like today.
Right.
I love the fact that we see this now.
One problem about this website is it looks like clip art.
A little bit. But I gotta say, I like this a lot better.
But they
than
do a lot better. It's a lot better design now.
Yeah. Like special guests, for example, if you click on it, 109 incredible guests.
But it's not very mobile friendly. So just be warned.
Yeah.
It's not mobile friendly.
And guys, for those who have a chance, I believe Nichelle Nichols, this is still her last year.
It is.
Yeah, so if anybody who hasn't had a chance to see her, definitely I definitely recommend that. I don't know what they exactly mean by confirmed guest, but okay.
Maybe that they're officially coming and not going to back out all of a sudden.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm surprised that there's that many guests going. Still, but I bet
So
you a lot of these guests are starting
Obligated
for money.
or contractually obligated.
Mm-hmm. But you think about a lot of these guests, their prime times are done, and this is what they live off is conventions. So,
Garrett Wong, one of my favorites.
oh my God, he is freaking hilarious. And when
He
he goes
is.
on the cruise and does his stand-up comedy, I cannot look at a Voss bottle ever again.
I can't wait. Oh, Issa is going to be there. I would have liked to meet her. That would have been cool.
Oh,
But
his
there'll be
battery
others.
died.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Right? I know him from Hunger Games.
Which one?
Daniel Der Kim. Daniel Der Kim.
Where's he at?
Scroll up. Keep going. He was in a tux. Keep going. There he
Daniel
is.
Day Kim. Oh yeah, he's been in quite a few things.
I know
But-
him mainly from Hunger Games. So
Okay.
You probably know him from Babylon 5 or the spin-off series, Jay. Crusade.
It's true. Well, I also know him from a couple other movies, but yeah, those are
Oh,
the big
yeah.
ones. I know he's been all over the place.
hmm
My favorites.
yeah,
We can go with that.
they're both on Cameo again. Well, they're both on Cameo for raising pricing.
Okay.
I was looking at Cameo Scott for Sarah.
Aw. Star Trek, General Reese from Discovery on stage. Okay.
But you can tell that Croatia's starting to get a little desperate because there's like these celebs that are like from they had one line in one episode.
You know, people like her, Tracy Coco. She's very funny, actually,
hmm
but she had a very small role in Star Trek. But
hmm
she's awesome. She's an awesome person.
She's also a fan favorite too.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen, she just joined the what was called the unofficial Star Trek convention group.
Okay.
Yeah,
But she is a fan
now.
favorite, and like I said, you know, but in the Trek universe, she's had a very small role, and she was seen here, seen there.
Mhm.
Not really too many lines altogether, but you know, she's probably one of the few exceptions. But over the years past, especially like for the 50th anniversary, they were bringing out, oh, this person was in TOS in this one scene.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because Croatia is well known for always have over 100 guests.
No J.G. Hertzler.
No.
I think
Yeah,
he's
I remember-
canceled.
Well, everybody wants to know why. No, I don't think he was invited this year for whatever reason, or maybe
Oh.
he had commitment already. I know they reached out to him.
hmm
Okay. Oh, the Akutas.
Yeah,
Those two are awesome.
they're really awesome.
Yeah, I have a Star Trek encyclopedia. I'm going to try to get signed by him if possible.
And this guy right here, he's pretty cool too. Scott Mans, but he's a moderator.
He's better than some.
He's better than some. I like that.
Yeah. So I wanted to show y'all. So we're talking about bringing, people can't bring like hot food and stuff or microwaves and
David.
stuff. This
Go
is a
ahead.
big. Oops! I was trying to hit share screen and I hit the wrong button.
Oh.
There it goes. Okay. This is a great option. A lot of flight attendants bring this for hotels. So it's where you can put your food in it and it warms it up. So you can put it in your car or you can plug it in. So you put your food in there and there's uses technology and heats it up.
That is pretty cool.
I saw so yeah, you can plug in your car, but there's also hotel plug-in of it too. But I thought it was really cool.
That is
And it's
pretty
portable and it's small enough that you can put in your suitcase.
cool. Oh, wow.
It lays down flat.
Nice.
So it's an option if you want to bring something but you don't want to bring a microwave, whatever,
Yeah.
you can use that instead.
And since you got this up, packing cubes for packing, your clothes or your cosplays is a really good idea.
Yeah, I got my packing cubes.
I don't think it's going to be in home and kitchen. Yeah, things like
Yeah, there you
this.
go.
I got that one right there.
Right there. Yeah. I don't know what I got. I got them so long ago. And then I had these. These are really cool because these open up like normal, but then you push down on them and they compress.
Oh. Wow.
So, and what's really cool about these packing cubes, guys, we get you one of not the compressed ones, is a lot of them have, like this one does, ventilation. So don't worry about them, like, if you have a smelly clothes or you're putting a wet spain suit in, there is some ventilation, so you don't have to worry about them stinking up your suitcase and stuff. But best things that you can get is those packing cubes.
That is awesome.
And it helps you better stay organized too when you
Mhm.
unload or whatever.
I mean, oops, I almost said leave studio instead of stop sharing. What's really cool about the packing cubes is you can organize them to like, okay, I'm gonna put all of day one's outfit in this outfit, or you could, hey, I'm gonna put all my shirts in this in box, or hey, like Scott does, he puts all of his cosplays for one cosplay in the packing cube.
It's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those
Packing
I
cubes are
like.
great.
Yeah, I didn't know about them until Jenny told me about them.
I
I've
saw
used them
one.
ever since.
Some on YouTube. Some other things you guys can buy that I have. Okay, so let's say you're going to a convention and you're getting some autographs or photo ops. You can buy them they're like $2-3, sometimes $5 for these at conventions, or you can just go to Amazon and buy like a giant pack for like $10. Are these? So what these are is they're hard plastic, and they open up. I don't know which side is which because I haven't used these in forever. They're probably stuck together. They're stuck together because I haven't used them in 2 years. So you put your hand, or you put your picture, and it protects it.
Yeah.
So it's like a better sheet protector, like the little ones you get, those little plastic ones. Much better. You can buy them on Amazon, really cheap. And to go with that,
We should
I got
probably
this.
throw a caveat to that about autographs in a minute.
So with that, I found this at Daiso, but you can probably find them on Amazon. Daiso is a Japanese dollar store. There is some around the U.S. I know there's a lot of Texas and some California and other places. But it is a plastic. Now the sticker I put on myself, but it's a plastic case that you can put like your documents in, or you can put your photos in. Like this one was all my cruise stuff, so
This comes in handy.
autographs.
It comes in handy, especially when you have paper that's pretty flimsy, can easily bend, and
Mhm.
if you just put it inside your
Yeah.
suitcase,
So
that's
This is
small,
great.
it's compact. I mean, it's not going to damage, right, your papers. And does
Nope.
it fit a standard 8 by 10 letter?
you can get an 8x10 letter in here. I mean, like I gotta cover up, but like here's my travel insurance from last year.
Okay.
I covered my address, guys. Sorry, but it kept all my stuff in here, and then I just decorate with some stickers I got. So,
Nice.
and these do fit in here, so which is great. So you get extra protection, and it's so thin that you can just put this in your backpack or just in your suitcase, and it protects them.
And that's another thing. Throughout the day through con, have a bag to put your stuff in. That way you can just set it down for a photo op, whatever. Pick it back up and go. And that way you've got something to store whatever you get from vendors hall or your photo ops, whatever. In.
I was gonna grab my backpack, but
So, the thing I want to say about autographs, one, I would recommend, there's a couple different ways. If you could pay for the more expensive tier tickets, like the captains, and no, it's a gold level, right? That gives you the free autographs. But they're pre-selected. I mean, that's probably going to be the most bang for your bucks because a lot of the autographs are pricey, and it's per person usually. I mean, sometimes there's per group, and I don't know the current rates on those, but it all depends what you want to do. I mean, either get the higher tier package of convention ticket seats, or you have to pay for them individually. So I would recommend picking and choosing which ones you want. Like, for
do
example,
your research.
like I did Garrett Wong's, and I got a selfie with him, which was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I could have done the autograph one too, but I thought the selfie for me was more important than the other.
Do your research. Some of them will sign autographs in the vendors hall,
That's where I got mine.
and that just FYI, those I haven't done in a while because I particularly don't care for autographs, but that's just me personally. I have a few, but last time I done, you need to have either a photo op ticket or an autograph ticket, or you have to pay cash. I don't know if the celebrities take credit cards nowadays, but most of the time you have to have cash to pay for the autograph.
Yeah. If you're going to convention.
If you're going to convention, and that's like almost any conventions you go to, There's always going to be either they're going to be in the convention hall, the vendors hall, or they're going to have a separate room for them. And typically, the conventions I've gone to in the past, the non-popular ones are in the vendors hall, and the popular ones are going to be in a separate room with queues. And typically, those type of places will not allow you to take photos of the celebs while they're autographing.
Well, they just don't really have the time, honestly.
No, I'm just saying in general, like if
Yeah.
you're just trying to take a picture in the background,
Yeah.
like if you walk in, they usually don't allow you to do that. Sometimes they won't allow photos at all in there
More videos.
or videos. So just be prepared for that.
So, yeah, not to get confused with the creation video team that comes through and does
Mhm.
their videos. They'll allow
Mhm.
them, but if you try
Yeah.
to do your own, it doesn't matter if you're a podcast and news group. Unless you have special permission from creation, they're not
Yep.
going to allow it.
Yep.
But you can pretty much record it in a lot of other places.
Yeah.
So,
But also they say not to record the panels at
People
some
always do.
conventions, and some conventions they don't care.
people always do, though.
hmm Also, don't use flash.
The only thing I can say with the recording the panels is just wait till the panel's over. Try not to live stream as much as possible. I'll admit
And if
I
you're
do
going to
feel
do,
bad.
please make sure there's nowhere behind you. And don't be live streaming off of an iPad, okay?
No,
I don't
iPad?
need a giant thing like this in front of me while I'm trying to watch. I don't want to watch the screen. Okay? Just like when I wear like headpieces, like when I dress as a Dalek, which is a Doctor Who thing.
Yeah.
And I have headphones. I have a head thing on with like little, they're actually salt and pepper shakers, but they're for the lights.
Mhm.
I take that off, even though it's not that big and bulky, but I'm trying to be respectful, and I take off any headpieces I do when I'm sitting down in the convention. Because there's no ramp. It's not like a movie theater where you have like a ramp. It's not a stadium seating.
I don't think it's going to be, Michael. I really don't think it's going to be different. The only thing is they're not going to call it Star Trek Las Vegas. It'll be the 56 mission tour. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same format, the same everything.
Mm-hmm.
It all
It's in
depends.
Chicago, so I don't. So
Well, yeah.
Oh, he means a Star Trek. Okay.
yeah, he said how different would the next year's convention would be without creation.
Well,
So I think he's talking about
starting
CBS Redbubble.
It's only 3 days.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the tickets are reasonably priced for those 3 days.
But it's in Chicago. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
But it's going to be traveling.
Yeah.
Now, the thing, okay, so Chicago part aside, that's where we were talking about earlier about knowing your, doing your research, doing your homework. 'Cause with a place like Chicago, I don't know if the place where they're going to have the convention actually is connected to a hotel.
Yeah.
If it's not, then you're going to have to book a hotel. Then how far is the hotel from the convention? Where's all the food in relations to the convention? These are other things that you have to strategically plan.
Yeah.
The nice thing about Vegas, as much as I'm not a big creation fan, the nice thing about Vegas is everything's easy, it's convenient, and it's literally within your,
And there's a lot of food options just at the hotel itself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With reasonable price for hotel pricing, if that makes sense.
I'd rather pay a couple extra bucks versus having to go clear across town to get something to eat.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
It's reasonable pricing for a hotel.
Yeah.
It's still really expensive, but you guys remember it's a hotel.
Yeah.
Things are always going to be more expensive. But there's tons of different options in Vegas. But you always do your research when you go. I was going to say something, then you talked about that, and then I forgot what it was.
I just now read Matt's comment about how he hates Scott Man, so I'm sorry that you hate him. The thing I like
No.
about him, he just seems nicer. He's a lot nicer than Adam.
He's better than some. A.K. Jordan. I hate Jordan. Sorry.
Well, Adam, Marina, I love what Marina says about Adam. Thank you, darling. Now go.
Yeah.
He'll stay out long enough to introduce him, and then she's like, "Get gone, get lost."
Oh, I know what it was. We're talking about photos and taking photos.
Yeah.
Please, for somebody who deals with this often, because I do have some popular cosplay, when you are wanting to take a picture of a cosplay, first ask them. Second, ask to move off to the side or go down to the end of the aisle. Don't block the aisle.
Oh, I hated that.
And don't, if you want to get a picture with somebody, ask them first. And then ask them, is it okay? Can I touch your shoulder? Can I put your arm around? Because some people don't want to be touched. Pre-COVID, now that I'm COVID, I wouldn't tell nobody to touch me unless I personally know them. But also, just in general, please ask. It's sad that they have to have signs at conventions that says photos are not consent to touch or something like that. Because a lot of these, now granted, I don't agree with these professional cosplayers dressing so sexy, but you still need to ask. Oh my gosh. I officially think we should... Okay. This just sounds rude to me.
I know where
I
you're
think
going.
we should ban scooters.
Hey.
Unless you legitimately have a medical use for one, and it has to be a doctor's note. Because there's so many scooters in Vegas, and they don't pay attention to us, and we get ran over all the time. Then they block the aisles, and I just personally think that there's got to be something to control them. Their own lane, their own something, because they're getting out of control in Vegas for sure. Other conventions never had the problem, but Vegas.
She is right. I mean, I actually have a friend who uses a scooter in Vegas. He actually used to be one of the hosts on the G&T show, one of my favorite old podcasts that I missed. But she's absolutely right. There are other people who just scooters. Oh, I got the right of way. I'm just going to bulldoze people. And then they get really mad at you when they hit you, like it's your fault because you're in their way. I'm like, excuse you.
Yeah. I mean, to the point of our friend Kat, she has a legit service dog, and she has to start bringing her dog in a wagon because people don't pay attention and step on her or run over her dog.
Yeah. Poor dog. The other thing, when you go to convention, realize two things. One, you're going to have the casual convention goer, right? Two, you're going to have the casual troller.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by that, they're not necessarily bad trolls. You'll have people that will dress up in Star Wars.
Yeah.
R2-D2 is a fan favorite at the Vegas convention when it was in Vegas.
That's because we don't care.
Oh, no. I mean, it's cute to get your picture in your Star Trek uniform with R2-D2 and do your little live long and prosper.
And what's great is that same person is in a Trek costume the day before.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are.
That's what I'm saying. And then you got Chewbacca. Then you got these weird crossovers. Even people in our own fleet actually have a Vulcan Jedi crossover.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have a Janeway Red crossover mashup.
Oh. Speaking of that, are we going to be... I know we're talking about conventions today, but I don't know if I want to bring any of my cosplaying stuff when I go on the cruise. I mainly just want to hang out with that lady and you guys. And then
well, the only cosplay... Okay, sidetracked.
Yeah.
Only cosplay we ever do, it will be for the cruise. We won't dress up for the cruise, like walk around the cruise.
Yeah.
But we will cosplay for the parties.
Okay.
That's what we do.
Like the pajama party that I'm going to be doing?
Pajama party, the 20s, roaring 20s on the holodeck, things like that.
I think that would be fun to double. I think that'd be fun to double up as a formal night too.
Yeah.
The Roaring 20s costume cosplay. Have you guys ordered yours yet?
No.
We'll talk about that later. Okay.
Yeah. Anyways,
we're gonna get sidetracked if we don't. Oh, BSG. Thank you, Michael.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes. And on occasion, you see some Babylon 5 cosplays too. I've seen a couple throughout the
Night,
years.
Sammy.
Night, Sammy.
Good luck
Night,
tomorrow.
Sammy.
Waking up early. Yeah, she has to be up at 4.
Yes, we do. We do need a call. I've been trying. Oops.
Oh, go ahead.
Change it again. Yes, we do. I've been trying to arrange it. And FYI, I can't do the 31st like we were supposed to. So.
No, so what she's talking about is, so just like in conventions, right? This can actually plug into conventions too. Sometimes it's nice to have a group of people that go with.
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple huge groups, and usually from those big groups, you'll branch off and do little mini groups. Just people who know each other and friends are like, oh yeah, let's get together this day, or let's
Well,
do
it's like-
this, you know?
It was like the Starfleet cheerleaders, the augments that you're a part of, Jay.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Mhm.
You guys get together and have fun. And
Yeah,
the
and it's-
was it the gray and
And-
black attack for me?
Yeah.
And if this is your first con, don't worry, you'll make friends and they'll be family for life.
Yep.
So if you go and you're going by yourself, Vegas has a newbie night, not singles and newbies
Mhm.
night, or you can meet other people who are single or noob to the convention, and you become friends. You will
Also-
have lifelong friends at conventions.
I do want to plug it really quickly. More recently, there's actually a new group that's spawned. If you're an introvert, you know, and you have a hard time relating to other people, there's actually now a subgroup, you know, other people you could potentially meet from that group that have more common interests and shared interests. Maybe you don't want to meet in a big group. Maybe you just want to meet one-on-one or just have a couple people, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes large groups can be overwhelming. Even for us extroverts, they can be overwhelming.
Hmm.
You know, so usually I like to hang out with smaller groups of people when I
Yeah, I
do.
do too.
Sometimes I will branch
I
around.
personally don't like going to Masquerade Bar at night. Like, I'll go in a little bit, but I personally don't like that. I'd rather go to a smaller bar. I'm talking about Vegas, guys. Sorry. Vegas, at the very end of the night, everybody hangs out at the Masquerade Bar, which is fun, but it's just not me. I'm very much an extrovert, but I don't like going to Masquerade Bar.
See, usually when I go to the Masquerade Bar, it's just, I don't know if that's why that's usually where I see Scott, but I don't know if he goes there for the same reason I do, but I usually go there to see Elio and the folks at Priority One Podcast.
Mhm.
That's one of the reasons. Sometimes it's just, hey, I've been looking for a friend all day, and they're there, so I just go talk to them for a few, and
Yeah.
leave.
Because I like Elio, I like Allison Pitt. Well, she's no longer part of the show, but I also like Henry. And
Mhm.
there's a lot of people. Oh, look at that! That's how you guys met.
We met the
What was it?
meetup group for board game night. There was a board game night on the cruise.
The cruise.
The night before the cruise, before the afternoon before the party, that there was like a launch party on the hotel. Somebody arranged board game night or board game day.
Did you guys meet in the 50th anniversary?
No, the cruise. Yeah.
Because
Same
the
year. Same year as
2018
the-
cruise.
Mhm.
2018 cruise.
that's when you guys met, really?
Matt, Matt, yeah.
Oh, Matt, no, I think he's talking about. Oh, that's how Jenny and Scott. Oh, and I met.
And Matt.
I thought you guys were talking about you two. Sorry.
No, Scott and I
No.
met 6 years ago, almost 7.
Yeah.
6 years we've been dating. 7 years or 8 years we knew each other.
Yeah, and maybe by 9 years you'll be engaged, huh? By putting a ring on it.
I knew that was coming. 1 hour, 23 minutes. What is it?
I know.
15 seconds?
We almost made it about him saying it.
Oh
And
no,
he-
it's been on my mind.
He wanted to say it the other day when he was talking to us, but he couldn't.
Because we have an agreement. I can only say it once a week.
Mhm.
And then
So-
you know what's going to happen. We're going to need a new gimmick, guys, when he does eventually ask a question.
So we met Matt at the 2018 cruise.
Oh, okay.
Somebody arranged a board game meetup before the party, like an afternoon. And so we all went to that. And that's how we met Matt and Neely and Lonnie and Travis and who else was that?
Eric.
Eric and most of our cruise group
Mhm.
that we know.
Shannon and her husband
Shannon
as well.
and,
were there as well.
What is
I
his
wanna say
husband's name?
We
I wanna say
haven't set a date
It's
yet.
Mike, but I'm not sure.
No, and they carry around the Spock
Spock
bear
bear.
or Spock. Yeah,
No, I don't think they've set a date. And if you're talking about for our next meeting, we haven't set that date either. We
I
need
think he meant
set
to
a date.
say once he does propose, the next question is going to be what's the date of the wedding. That's what
I
you're
like
trying to
that.
say.
I like that. We'll do that. So, Scott, when you propose, you can't set a date, okay? Because I got to keep this going, buddy.
Then once we get married, it's gonna be when are you gonna have kids? It's the same old thing with family.
No, I can't take away that from your family. That'd be your family's thing, right?
My family ask us constantly when he's gonna propose to me.
All right.
Martin!
Hello, Martin.
Martin.
I haven't seen Martin in ages.
Well, I don't know, Martin. I think I'd like to see it both ways. I'd like to see it in person, and I also like them to have it online. My friend Howie did that. He had a small, intimate wedding, but he streamed it online for all of us who couldn't make it because I wasn't going to go to New York.
Oh, fun fact! I actually met Martin at a convention. That's how I know him.
Okay.
Told you, lifelong friends. He lives in Dallas area, so he's a Dallas Fort Worth con goer too.
So those guys, for people who don't know, another cool thing about conventions, like she was saying, you meet new friends. But there are so many. Okay, so Creation or whatever the convention group will have their own events, but a lot of us fans, we create our own events.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of hinted at it with the cruise ship, but they also do it for conventions too. We kind of hinted at the the singles and the meetup group. There's that one. There's
if you're runners,
yeah.
Vegas has a strip run where they go and run the strip.
Yep.
A lot of dinners set up for it, pool parties.
Mm-hmm.
And for Vegas, there's an away mission to the actual Las Vegas Sun that you can go and get your picture with.
Yeah, which I need to do that one year.
Mm-hmm.
Those you can usually find by talking to people who've gone to those before, and they can link you because most of those I think currently are done through Facebook groups. But
yeah, most of them are Facebook.
But when with technology and social medias being the way they are, just as long as you follow those, you'll stay up to date on them. Going forward, I'm curious if there's more run on Discord yet.
Soon,
Matt, we might have to do that. We might have to kill some time when we land. Before we can check in.
Some cons. I'm not sure if Vegas is doing it this year, but there's an app called Guidebook, and there's a few others that have a schedule, and you can actually build your own personal schedule off of it and set up reminders where you need to be. I meant to say that earlier.
Yeah, not the same thing, but I actually wanted to bring this up earlier. Now, in Vegas, if you decide to go, there are a lot of things you can do. Vegas.com will tell you everything that's in the area besides the Star Trek convention. It will give you the hotels, air shows, tours, attractions. Usually, if you click on tours and stuff like that, right? It'll tell you how much. Huh?
Nothing.
No, it'll tell you all the stuff that costs, and there's also links on here about free attractions too. So, I mean, depends what you guys want to do.
Yeah, Vegas has a lot of free shows on like the outside of the hotel, like the fountains at the Bellagio. Treasure Island has a good show.
I miss Sirens.
I know.
Sirens was a good show. Now I'm trying to see Air Hotel, but there are websites like that. There are different ways you can gain access. Did we lose Jenny?
She'll be back in a minute.
Okay. It's fine. No, it's just like I said. There are different ways you can do things, and just a matter of getting out there, planning what you want to do. Another thing is, I would suggest is don't plan everything. I mean, what I mean by that is don't plan on doing everything that you think you might want to do. It's the same thing I tell people that are going to the Vegas Strip because it's over 7.5 miles. If you do everything, you're going to have sore feet. You're going to be pretty miserable. And you're not going to think about the fun time they had. The only thing that you're going to remind yourself is, oh, yeah, that's where I had all these blisters from my feet. And it took an extra 2 weeks to recover.
Yeah, there's a bus. There is a bus that runs length of the Strip. It's double-decker. You pay, I think the year I did it was like $15, and it was hop on, hop off. $15, unlimited. You just go to the stop, wait for the next bus, go to wherever you want, and it's a good way to get down to where you want to go for Strip.
Yeah, I mean they're different tour buses. There's actually one right at the Gold Coast too that'll take you. I think that's one of them you're talking about. It just depends what you want to do, and even the bottled water, Matt says.
Oh, he says, tip, don't buy anything from anyone walking the Strip, even the bottled water.
Yeah. Yep. A lot of times it's just tap water. refilled up bottles of tap water.
Hmm.
So just be cautious when you do things. If you're gonna buy it directly from the hotel. Some hotels will offer you inexpensive drinks or inexpensive like bottled waters. Let's see here.
Or just bring, like we were saying, a bottle you can just constantly fill up and reuse.
Yeah, those are
You
nice
can get
too.
those fairly expensive and leave them behind if you need to. When you leave.
But that's the biggest thing I would suggest is figure out what you want to do. How much time are you going to spend there? If you're going to spend a couple extra days, you might be able to do a couple of things at night. Not night. You might do a couple of things in the Vegas one, or you may not have time. Because another thing I keep in mind is like there's karaoke night, which is really popular.
Mhm.
Depending on the level of the ticket you get, you might be invited to the Saturday night regalia. That could be fun. It all depends on the different levels and the different things you pay for. If you get a higher tier ticket, I definitely recommend doing those things. That way you get the full experience at the level that you paid for. Sometimes, but not every year, sometimes they offer exclusive panels like they did for the Star Trek The Next Generation 30th anniversary. And that was at after hours. You had to pay for addition.
Which is ridiculous. But yeah.
But my point is, I'm trying to be positive.
Mhm.
These are some of the things you got to think about. Pick and choose what you want to do. Figure out what may overwhelm you or what your limit is. And if you're curious to know what your limit is, just watch some of the YouTube videos out there. You can see easily.
Speaking of that with money,
Mhm.
I highly suggest, if your bank allows it to, open up a new bank account and call it your con fund. And then throughout the year, if you know you're going to go to a certain con, put money towards it. So when you go to the con, you have money. I also suggest bringing cash and saying, okay, this is how much I'm willing to spend in the vendor's hall. It saves
Only
a
in
lot.
the
And
Only
only
in
vendor's
the vendor's
halls.
hall. Because
Yes.
let me tell you about the vendor's hall. I've had a bad experience with them. So, I have Bank of America. Bank of America really likes to protect the consumer's accounts. So, in the vendor's hall, you could have one vendor from Colorado, another vendor from Florida, another vendor from Texas. Next thing you know, my card is now in Florida. It's in Colorado. It's in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, flag. It flags my account. It locks it up. I get a text message saying, hey, we see unusual activity. Then you have to stop your convention experience or wherever you're doing, go in there, log in. Yes, I recognize all these. And then it's annoying.
Typically, if you're paying cash, vendors might give you a deal because they don't have to deal with the credit card fees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's
I
that
just
option.
like paying cash because that way I can control how much money I'm actually spending. Because if you're paying a credit card, you're not paying attention to how much you're spending. You're spending $5 there, $10 there, $30 there.
Wipe your card in the ATM. Yes, you might have to pay a service fee, but that might be better than having your card frozen like mine was. So I tried learning from that mistake, and in 2019, I brought all cash.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was a big nightmare.
Yeah.
The only thing I paid for on my card was my hotel room.
So bring cash for the vendor's hall, and maybe tips for your servers. But then use credit cards for restaurants and stuff like that.
Like Matt was saying here, try to avoid ATM
Holy
fees
cow.
that charge you $200.
Yeah.
Jeez.
My bank was really cool was because I just changed over to a new bank, and since it's a credit union, any of them have this certain symbol on them, it's free for me.
Okay.
There's no fees, but I have to look at the bank. I have to look at the ATMs, which I rarely use ATMs. If I'm going to go ATM, I go to my actual bank to use it.
Yeah.
But I can go any ATM that has that special symbol on it, and I get the free.
I noticed that most major banks don't usually charge you a service fee anymore.
Yeah.
But I do notice that the small little kiosk, bank related ones are usually the ones that charge you.
Mm-hmm.
Once in a blue moon, U.S. Bank might charge me. I also think it depends on the amount that I'm pulling out. I don't think it's really worth it for them to try to charge something when the person's only taking out $20. Or if they take out like $200 or $300, then they probably will assess the charge.
Yeah.
Apple Pay is probably like Google Play, right? They're not
Mhm.
accepted in many
Yeah.
places.
Yeah.
I'd say that's both of them. I don't think Google
That's
Play.
any tab, but it's like Venmo and Cash App and PayPal. PayPal a little bit more. A lot of people use PayPal more, and Venmo's starting to become more popular. But yeah, it's like those other apps.
You know, I've used PayPal. Honestly, I've paid you a couple times
Mhm.
when you got things for me, and then I paid you back for them. I just don't really understand like those, I guess, with app programs. I mean, I'm glad that it's an easy way I can pay you, but
Mhm.
the same token, I really don't know the whole process behind that. So I'm just trusting the system, I guess.
PayPal is one of the better options,
Okay.
and Venmo is pretty decent too. Venmo just updated their. One thing I don't like with Venmo, and they just changed it, was you can see what any of your friends what they pay each other for stuff. I was like,
Oh.
I don't really care that my sister paid this other person for earrings. Like let me see if I can.
Oh, Venmo is PayPal according to Matt.
Oh well, I use different ones, so
PayPal is Venmo.
yeah, like here it tells me, okay,
Now
my
the question I
cousin
have,
my cousin just paid this guy named Clint for cookies.
the
Like I
question,
don't care.
the question I have is, like, if I put money on my PayPal, it takes up to 5 days. Do you get your money right away when I pay you, or do you have to
Yes.
wait too? Okay.
It takes okay. Well, if I want it right away, I have to take the fee.
So there's a penalty fee.
But if I just wait 1 or 2 days, it's automatically free.
Okay.
But you have to tie a bank account to PayPal. That's the only one thing I hate. That's why I
I have
with
to
my
do the
bank.
same thing when I pay.
But you can do a credit card, but you have to pay a fee for that.
Ooh.
But that's why I find banks like my new bank. I can open as many accounts as I want for free.
Mhm.
All I have to do is keep at least $1 in the account. And so I have a legit PayPal account, and I keep just a certain amount of money in it because if I do get hacked, it's that one account. There's not a lot of money in it. I don't have to worry about it. But I use PayPal for a lot of things because it's just easier.
Versus me, it seems like the only person I ever use it for is you and my sister-in-law, Jessie.
I use PayPal to pay for a lot of my streaming sites and stuff like that. And
See, that makes sense though. If you're gonna do a lot of online transactions, you probably want to go through somebody that's more trusted, like PayPal, versus just putting your own credit card out there and trusting that this company has your best interest at heart.
Yeah.
Just recently, I mean, I don't know if I should show it off, but speaking of the introvert group, my wife's an introvert. That's why you never see her on the show. But they had these special pins for them, and I just made a payment through PayPal to receive the pins. So, like I said, when you really don't know the person, and it's not that I don't trust Jenny, but it's like I'm just saying in general. When you don't really know the person, you should probably definitely go to some kind of trusted website versus it's quick and it's easy. At least for me, it is. I just go in there, I say what amount I want to take, and they pull it directly from my bank account.
Yep.
Then I easily log in and verify that they just took the amount that they said they were going to.
PayPal's pretty. They're pretty secure.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. In the past, I've had bad experiences with some companies. There was this one beauty product one that used to always like double charge. And it was a pain because then you'd have to wait 72 hours to get refunded.
Only catch with PayPal is if you're buying something. Like I had this experience happen to me where I was buying things off of Old Navy, and they had an option for PayPal. It's like, sweet, I don't have to get my credit card. That's another reason I like PayPal, because I don't have to get my credit card. Well, I found out that if you pay through PayPal, you can't get a refund. You get store credit. So let's say you go and buy stuff off of it was Old Navy. It might have changed just a couple years ago. And I was like, okay, well, I bought some stuff from Old Navy. I got it. It's like, oh, well, this shirt doesn't fit. I'm going to return it. I couldn't, like, Old Navy, you can go return it to the store. But because I use PayPal, I couldn't return it to the store. If I did, I want to get store credit for what their price is now. So you have to pay it online, but then you have to pay the shipping fee back.
Wow.
But,
But
if
you have
use
to
a
pay the
credit
ship.
card,
But you have to pay the shipping fee to send it out in the first place, right?
well, just send it to me, yes.
Yeah.
But if I want to ship it back because it's not the right size,
Mhm.
I have to pay the shipping fee back. Or I can do it for free at the store.
Wow. That's insane. So I hope this has been helpful, guys. I mean, because I know Jenny has to get going here soon.
Yeah.
We're already at almost 20 minutes to 2 hours. Then you need to get to sleep soon. But if you guys want us to do another one, we'd be more than happy to continue on this because I still think we barely scratched the surface on
Yeah.
everything we could potentially do in a convention. Just realize the biggest thing I could tell you from this is planning. Plan what you want to do.
Ask
I'm not
questions.
saying that you have to go like 9:10 to 9:30. We're doing this. No, I'm just saying, plan what you want to see, what you want to do when you're there. Write a list is the best thing I can advise, and then use it as a reference. Like, oh yeah, I said I wanted to do this. Then you can say, oh, well, I don't have time for this, or that would just take too much time away. You know, that's what's the nice thing about having lists is you can go back to it and refer to it, but don't think that whatever you have made in plans is set in stone.
Right.
Be flexible. I've done that before, saying, oh, I'm going to totally do this, and then when I get to the convention, I'm like, maybe I don't really want to do that. I've done that before.
Ask questions. Ask questions.
Yeah.
Somebody out there will have the right answer for you. Or not the right answer, but will have an answer for you.
Yeah. All right, I think we should get ready to go. Oh, yeah, and before we go, hydrate. Somebody selected again.
I got it.
Three admins is hard.
Hydrate and double fist.
Double
I mean,
fist
that's
with
how we
water.
met Matt.
Yeah. I don't think
All
he
right.
had water in his drink, so.
No. I mean, the water, it was probably mixed in the drink, so there was water in it, technically.
Yeah. All right, guys, should we call it a night?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, guys, live long and prosper. I hope this was helpful to you guys tonight. And we'd be more than happy to do another round if you want us to. Just let us know in the comments. Thank you.
Yep.
Have a good
And
night.
for those on Twitch, I'm going to send you over to one of my friends.
All right, here we go.